Hey Art Nerds, as part of our studio setup series, I'm going to show you how to recover your desk with white Teflon. White Teflon is great because it's really durable, it's easy to clean, and it's impermeable, which makes it a great surface for acrylics, watercolor, and alcohol markers. It costs very little to recover your desk, and white Teflon lasts a really long time. So if you're interested in seeing how to get a nice, clean new work surface, keep watching.
If you've watched my channel for a while, you've seen that I've changed my desktop several times. I work on a glass Futura desk, and for recording purposes, glass is a little too reflective and a little too transparent. So I like to cover my desktop with something. In the past, I've used everything from cutting sheets to heat-resistant silicone sheets to brown Teflon, which I actually really liked. And what you guys see here is the old white Teflon that I used on the desk. But it was time to freshen it up, something that's a little less stained and a little less ratty. So I ordered some fresh new white Teflon off of Amazon.
I like working with white Teflon because it provides a white work surface, so it's not so distracting and it's less strain on my viewers' eyes. Teflon cleans up really easy with just soap or with some rubbing alcohol, which makes it ideal for watercolor and for alcohol markers since it's a non-porous surface. And it's also slightly heat resistant, so if you are working with like a hot glue gun or heat set transfers, this can be a really good option for you. It's also very inexpensive. So this is my current iteration. It's SS Chauvin PTFE Teflon sheets. I think there's 3 in here, and they should be about 16 by 16 inches, so bigger than what I currently have. And it's typically used for heat press, ironing, baking, and crafting. But like I said, I like using it as a really easy to clean up work surface. I'm going to have a link in the description below where you can get some yourself. So the first thing I want to do is I want to remove the old Teflon. I adhered it to my desktop with some Tombow permanent adhesive and some double stick tape. And the problem is getting this off the tabletop is pretty difficult. You might need to use some Goo Gone to remove your adhesion. So all I'm really going to do is I'm going to spray it down with some rubbing alcohol, wipe it with a microfiber cloth, and then reapply my adhesive. So the first thing I want to do, of course, is I want to clean off my desk surface so I can clean the whole desk. And now that I've removed the Teflon, you can see why I had it there to begin with. It's super reflective and you can see right through it, which is just too distracting and unprofessional for my recording needs. Of course, you can use Teflon on your desk even if you don't plan on recording. Like I said, it's a really easy to clean surface that doesn't really show a lot of wear and tear, and it lasts a long time, and it's fairly affordable. I also don't like working just directly on my glass tabletop because the cold kind of triggers my arthritis. So, as we said, the adhesive is going to be a little bit trickier to remove, so if you are bothered by the adhesive, you can use Goo Gone, but I'm just going to be replacing the adhesive, so I'm not super concerned about that. You could also use Windex for this, or soap and water if you really wanted. And some of it will kind of scrape away. You could use a credit card to kind of peel it off, but feel free to go ahead and remove any of the adhesive that is kind of sticking up or pilling. You can remove all the adhesive if you want, but it's not really necessary for applying a new Teflon coating. That said, since I already started removing some of it, I'm just going to remove the rest of it. And it does seem like rubbing alcohol and a little bit of elbow grease actually do the job, which is one of the reasons I've decided to just go ahead and work to remove all of it. So I'll check in with you guys once I have a clean desk surface. It took a lot of scrubbing, but it's now mostly clean. There's still some areas that Apparently no matter how much I scrub with a towel, it just doesn't want to come up. But if I scrub with my finger, it'll come up. But that's okay. It is clean enough now for us to apply our new Teflon. And you probably could get this at like a baking supply company. Like I said, I get mine from Amazon and it came rolled up. So we are going to want to flatten it a bit. So we should have 3 16 by 16 sheets, so larger than what I originally had. I think I could just get away, I could almost get away with just 2. And probably with some careful cutting, I could cover the whole thing. So we're gonna start by applying our permanent adhesive, and you can use double stick tape, you can use another brand of permanent adhesion. You know, you're not tied to this. Am I seriously out? I hope not. I need this. Alright. Nope, I'm out. Wow. I was just at the store today too. Or maybe I'm just a fool and I'm holding it the wrong way. I can feel it, but it's not. Now in the past I've applied it to the Teflon sheet, but it didn't want to go. So it will, however, stick to the desk. So let's stick it to the desk. It makes it a little harder for me because A, it's clear on clear, so you can't really see it. And B, I'm not going to measure and mark. So it makes it a little harder for me to see where I'm putting it. But basically, I made a big square, and then I put a cross in the square, and then I put 3 lines of tape. Next, we gotta line it up to the best of our ability, and then flatten it down. And I overshot my mark a little bit, which is unfortunate because this is all going to try to come up on me. So I'll put another line of adhesion there. And then we basically rinse and repeat, which would be a little easier because we've at least got the height, if not the width. And I'll stop a little short since I overshot my mark last time. So we make a square, we make an X in the square, 3 lines, top, middle, bottom. We take our Teflon sheet and we line it up. Which is harder said than done. You wouldn't think you'd need a master's degree in art to do this. Alright, that's pretty dang good. Then we're going to roll this back a bit. Run another line of adhesion. And maybe something to hold the corners down. And press it down. So we've got 2 down. I'm going to go ahead and cut our 3rd sheet to fill in this gap. Now if I had my cutting board, I could use a rotary cutter. Actually, someone smarter than me would probably use a permanent marker, draw a line using a straight edge, and cut along the straight edge. And you know what? That is what I would recommend, but I don't know where my straight edge is. So I will fold it, press it, and see, you do get a good fold. And then cut it to the best of my ability. And these are just regular scissors, and they're cutting with no problem. I'll put my cut edge on the outside so I get my perfect and straight edge on my work area. because this is YouTube and everything has to be done perfectly, I say facetiously. Same technique, a square, an X in the square, and then 3 lines. Line it up. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's fold this in half. Now, you could use contact paper on your drafting table. You could use a big cutting board. You can use all sorts of different things. I just happened to find the white Teflon. I don't have my light table installed under here, but the light is able to come through. So you could install a light table underneath. And I may have to move my Rode mic for a minute just to get where I want to get. Alright guys, so recovering your desk wasn't so bad. The materials are pretty minimal. You just need some sort of adhesive. I prefer to use tape runners like the Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesion, but you can also use double stick tape. You need some Teflon. You can get this on Amazon, or you may be able to find it in many cooking stores. I'll have a link down in the description below with these materials in case you don't know where to find your own. And just a simple pair of scissors because they cut Teflon quite well. And now we have a nice, clean, brand new work surface to kind of herald in our nice, clean, brand new work area. Now, one of the reasons I like white Teflon, as you guys can see, we got a lot of light going on in here. And the white Teflon is not entirely reflective. It's not shiny like a mirror. You're not going to get all this bounce back, but it does bounce some of the light back up, which makes for nice diffused lighting. I've really enjoyed sharing my studio setup with you guys, and I'm looking forward to sharing my dream studio setup with you guys because right now we're just in a rental while we look for a permanent house. So hopefully in the near future we'll be doing a whole dream studio series while I get settled into our new home. But this sort of studio mini series has been really great because it's a good opportunity to see how you can utilize what already exists in your environment to make an ideal art and recording situation. So I hope you guys have found this video to be informative, inspiring, and helpful. If you guys have any cool studio tips that you'd like to share, let me know down in the comments below. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward to giving you guys a studio tour in the near future. Have a great day, guys. Bye!